There it is, everybody. LongStache, Ostara, or Spring Equinox. Welcome, welcome. LongStache. I have to be careful. I have a new mic, and so I don't want to break it. LongStache. LongStache. And Ritchie and I are joined by the amazing Chris Butler of Sacred Tarot.
It's lovely to be here. Hello, darlings.
Hello. It's delightful to have you come back, actually. You were so brave after our Imbolc experience.
I kind of just like causing anarchy, basically. You know, it's kind of quite easy with you.
I think it's a compliment there somewhere.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So, and of course, Ritchie is here. Longman Tarot, and I am TarotStache. Hi, thanks for joining us. Again, Sacred Tarot sandwiched in the middle.
That was a conversation stopper, wasn't it?
There you go. And today we're going to be talking about Ostara, or the Spring Equinox.
Yes.
We will be doing some mini readings. We have prompts around the readings. So let me do the things that I need to do. This is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Please do all of the YouTube-y things and like, share, and subscribe to the video. It's free. All of the links are below. We are simulcasting this.
Yeah.
So it is on all three of our channels because... Technology. I love it. I wonder if which one would be best. Would it be this one? We're simulcasting this.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
He can.
Chris, there's a lot of things that you don't know about me.
Thank God. I thought I was suffering with throwback of hallucinogenics for a minute.
I think there's all sorts of things to say with that. So but hold off on the questions for a little bit. And so let's start off with Chris. What's new in your world?
Oh, God, it's been busy because I've just had, I've illustrated a new deck that's just been published, which is, there we go, Oracle of the Hecatean Path. So we might sort of end up card slinging from this, mightn't we? While we're doing readings today. So it's so lovely to finally see this in print, because there was that nasty thing called a pandemic that got in the way, because I illustrated this for an amazing author campaign, and we worked on this in 2019, and then COVID happened. So it's just lovely to finally see this out in print. So I'm sort of in the middle of doing all of the sort of release publicity for that. And just ticking along otherwise and working on some new projects. So so that's what's been happening for you.
Well, we have a deck casual planned on the 29th in 2 weeks for Oracle of the Hecatean Path with Chris and Ken. And Ritchie and I are sort of, I'm going to be basking in the glow of these two gentlemen. Nice mustache, Ritchie.
Thank you.
You planned that, didn't you?
I found this in a shop the other day, and I thought
that is rather glorious.
LongStache.
I cannot compete with that, love. Unfortunately, it's
it's my special LongStache mug. It shall never be used for anything else.
Wow. So anyhow, we've got this coming up on the 29th, and I'm looking forward to that.
And it'll be really lovely to sort of share the deck with you and to chat through it with you.
It will be great. So Ritchie, what do you got coming up?
Well, I've got all sorts coming up. Hopefully we've got another live together next week, haven't we, Gerald? With the Tarot Oneness creator Robin. We had a lovely chat the other day with Jamie.
That was lovely. Yeah.
Tuesday this week, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, I've got Ali and Ginger Faye on the channel, and we're doing readings. I'm so excited because I haven't spoken to Ginger for such a long time. And of course, Ali is just wonderful, both wonderful readers. So I'm just really looking forward next Friday of having a good catch up with them.
Nice. Very nice. I have got all sorts of things coming up later today. I have yes or no readings with Hershey and Thomas from Tarot Your Way. I haven't gotten a reply from Thomas, although I emailed him the thing. So we're hoping he's there. And then just like and subscribe. It's easier there. And Beth said, Chris, you could take one of the Hecate illustrations from your new Oracle and put it on a coffee cup. That would be cool.
Have a chat to Ken, because Ken's already talking about t-shirts.
Merch.
Ooh, merch.
Yeah.
Merch is good.
Ken was thinking about t-shirts, so we may just do that.
Lovely.
I love it. And so, okay, so we have, let's say hi to some of the best chatters.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will talk briefly about Ostara, or the spring equinox. And by the way, I am also going to be on Sunday. I'm going to be talking about Ostara with Colleen the Cool Crone on her channel. That's going to be 3 Eastern. So it's great. Beth is here. Aspasia Rising, Plucky Heroine, good to see you.
Hi,
Amy, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, who is bed lurking. And Plucky is overachieving, going through multiple channels.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that. Hello, Joanne Mayhew.
Hi, Joanne.
Donna Riedler.
Hi, Donna.
And Joanne Mayhew. I don't know if I already said hello. Nancy, A Crone's Intuition, is here. Ramon, Moon Scarab, thank you for joining us. And here comes the bards.
Oh, it's lovely to see everyone. It really is.
Delphi Ross and Rose Blue. Hello, good to see you. And Jamie said 18 feet of snow at my brother's house today. He's not in spring. I can see that. And hello, Kristen Louise. Plucky has said tres stashes. Okay, it's not 18 feet, it's 18 inches. I mean, I think the only difference, by the way, for those of you under 18 or of a delicate nature, please cover your hands or your ears with your tiny hands. That's the difference between a guy telling the story and the truth. So, Jonathan is
moving swiftly on.
Yes. And we've got and Beth's son in Montana had 12 inches of fresh powder.
Wow.
So I'm just getting caught up. It's lovely to see people here. Divine Empathic Tarot is here. Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you. And okay, Jackie Jacaranda is here. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
And then we also have Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot.
Deanne, hello.
Yeah, and you had to get that mug, Ritchie. No choice.
Do you know what? I brought it home, and Peter looked at me like, "You bought another mug because we really don't need any more mugs ever in our lives." And I went, "But look, it's perfect for Gerald." And he went, "Yeah, all right then."
Well, it's like the one that I bought with the mushrooms on it and the good vibes only, and then I put googly eyes and a mustache on the bottom. I mean,
why not?
Yeah, you got to. Liz in Awe is here. Good to see you.
Hi, Liz.
So, and just getting caught up. Oh yeah, and Rose Blue is like, I'd buy a mug or t-shirt with for the merch. And okay.
Joyful Journey. Don't know if you've seen Joyful Journeys here.
Not there. Thank you. Keep going. I'm Joyful Journey. Yes, joyful. And Chris, I personally would use a coffee mug. Mugs are good for people who don't feel comfortable wearing their goddesses out in public. welcome to our yeah.
I can go with that, and also I like it. It's kind of nice seeing your artwork on ceramics, you know.
Yes. Okay, so all right, so before we tell you what the reading prompts are, because you know they're going to be good, Ritchie came up with them, so they're going to be good. Let's talk about Ostara, or the spring equinox. So, Chris, do you pay any attention to the spring equinox or Ostara?
Yeah, I mean, increasingly so over the last couple of years. It's just, this is one of my favorite times of the year, because I struggle. I've got to be honest, I do struggle with winter a little bit. Yeah. So just marking, I love just to mark the equinox in a quiet way, but also in a similar way that I mark Imbolc, because it's just Imbolc, the equinox, they're just those, particularly the winter ones. It's just that promise of spring's on the way, you know. And we were saying, weren't we, just before we came on air, it's wonderful now. I mean, it's 6:10 in the UK, and it's the light's only just starting to fade.
Yeah,
you know. So whereas, you know, another week or so, we'll be in a position where the clocks will go forward 7:10, and I finally, at this stage of the year, feel as if I'm coming alive again. And as a boy that suffers with seasonal affective disorder, that counts for everything. So I don't always have a ritual. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I kind of just like to, you know, I'm one of these boys that I like to sort of write my intentions down on paper, and then, you know, I'll sort of, you know, offer it up as a fire offering. You know, I'll sort of, you know, get a little fire brazier going, and I'll sort of drop the paper in, and, you know, that sort of is significant for me for, you know, for equinoxes, solstices, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of my way of doing it, but that's my informal way of doing it anyway.
Okay.
Ren is here and said it's absolutely my favorite holiday, and for me, the start of the new year.
That makes feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Rossi has also joined us. And Rose Blue asked, is it the 20th or the 21st?
It's Wednesday, isn't it, next week?
It's actually the 19th.
Oh, is it?
Tuesday.
Oh, I got that.
According to the calendars, multiple calendars, that's when there's equal night and equal day. Yep. So, and Plucky is also my favorite time. To quote Cat Stevens, morning has broken. Yeah. It's
kind of one of those, it feels magical, you know, that sort of that really in between period when you've got equal light and dark. I love the sort of feeling of that, you know. But also for me, this is the one that I love, because, you know, the light is on the ascendant. You know.
Yeah.
So whereas when we get to the autumn equinox, it's beautiful, but I'm kind of always very aware that we're dropping back down into winter, and, you know, into that sort of hibernation period.
Yes. And Quiltessa is here. And Ren did say, yes, the 19th, but something after 11 p.m.
Okay.
So
that might be that in the UK it's...
Oh, yeah, that could be. That very well could be.
Yeah.
I think it's Wednesday in the UK.
And Kristen Louise will be leading a ritual honoring the goddess Freya for spring equinox. Yes. So, Ritchie, what do you want to share about Ostara, or the spring equinox?
Well, this time I'm looking for, much as Chris said, I'm looking forward to turning the page on the past 6 weeks, because it seems to me from Imbolc to where I've had lots of things going on which haven't been always the most positive. So one of the things I love about the Sabbats is it's that every 6 weeks you can go, right, new start, fresh new start, and particularly this festival, because it is about spring cleaning and preparing. And we've done all the thoughtfulness. We're coming out of hibernation now properly, and it's time to start putting plans into action. So that's a joy. And I'm lucky. I have a local Druid group that meet up under the Long Man of Wilmington on the
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, beautiful. And they hold their festival. It's a celebration and I go to that. But also this Wednesday, I've decided I'm going to go and have a nice sound gong bath. They're holding one for Ostara, and I just feel like I need to reset myself and just.
That's beautiful.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, so that's how I'm looking forward to doing it.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I just got chills. That's wonderful. So I think for me is Ostara, look at it as the vernal equinox.
Mm-hmm.
And because remember last year we really liked to use the word autumnal.
We did.
Yes. So because sometimes it's the smallest things that amuse Gerald. But
we like that.
Yes. Well, and for me, equinoxes are always a time of where do I find balance, and where I put my attention is where I'm going to spend the next 6 months working. So there's that, we're in balance. I will also water my I have a resurrection plant, or so I water that at the solstices and the equinoxes. So it's great. And so it's like finally that we're dusting off and we have broken the surface.
Yeah.
So we have a dichotomy going.
Oh yes, we do. Yeah, the Molyneux card. Actually, she's really rather apt.
Yes.
I'd forgotten about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that. And Philippa is here. Hello.
Hi, Philippa.
Jonathan says, for me, this time of year, that means the humpback whales have mostly left on their migratory routes. And the main reason I love winter here. And Donna says, does feeling every morning like I've been raised from the dead count? Oh, she's angry, but I love that. And yeah, Jamie wants to know how that goes, Ritchie. The sound bath.
Thank you. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Ren says people around here call it the pollination. And I mean, the pollen is insane. I've never seen it thick on the ground until I moved here. So, yep. So delicious sunlight for plantains and enjoyable time outside before we go into feeling like a fried egg on the sidewalk comes.
We, in the northwest of England at the moment, the trees are laden with wild cherry blossom. And that's one of the other reasons why it's my favorite time of the year, because everything, after so much austerity in the winter, then all of a sudden for this blaze of color over the trees, in early spring. I love late spring here because we end up with, other trees covered in hawthorn blossom.
Yes.
And it feels so fresh and so alive,
Yeah.
And I think this is my favorite time of the year, actually.
Yeah. Pia's Eclectic Life is here. That's beautiful.
Right here.
And our magnolia has bloomed, and which is glorious, especially when it's still a little chilly out. And the forsythia last week had its first bloom on it, and the tale here is there's 3 snows after the forsythia bloom. So I saw a bloom, and we had a snow. So we're only getting 2. We're only getting 2 more snows, and hopefully it's not.
Gerald, what color is the forsythia? Is this?
It is. It's a bright yellow.
Yeah. It's funny. I couldn't remember, but I think we had one in the garden when I was a child, and it's a very vivid yellow, isn't it? And
yes.
It's lovely. Yeah.
Yes. I had a friend who told me, actually somebody who worked for me, she said her daughter-in-law, her name was Cynthia, and she thought that the bush was for Cynthia. So as growing up, it was everybody is just like going, there you go. So the magnolias are starting. It's quite beautiful. So okay, so this is the reading that we're doing. Ritchie, do you want to take us through this?
Yeah, I just wait for it to scroll along the bottom to get to the first one. So in the first position, what needs spring cleaning from my life? So that would be read in the first position. Obviously, it's a time for cleaning and cleansing and starting ritual, and we talk about spring cleaning quite a lot. Number 2, how can I achieve more balance? That's obviously relating to the equinoxes and trying to balance ourselves and finding more balance in our lives. And number 3 is what is hatching this spring. So what can we look forward to during this season? What new things are happening?
Yes. So if you'd like a reading, please type in me. If you ask a specific question, the answer will relate around these prompts. And already I have Joanne Mayhew, Liz in Awe, and Joyful Journey. So we will do as many readings that we can. And we have Psyche Dianic here. Hello.
Hi.
I butchered the name. And we will try to, I'm going to give preference to people who I've not read for recently. And we'll try to get through. And what we'll do is we just jumped. Okay, I'm going to pause the questions because right now we have 12.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pause the questions. So, and so how this works is I am going to read for our first one, prompt 1. Chris is going to read prompt 2. Ritchie is reading prompt 3. And then for the next question, we will rotate. And while I get things set up, let's take a look at this. This section of the video is brought to you by the word Moxie. Everyone say it with me. Moxie. Moxie. Energy, pep, courage, determination. Use your Moxie to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. Moxie. And Ren says, Moxie, that's a hotel here in town. So, and that one must have Jamie's approval because Jamie has said it.
She said it along.
So, I mean, I have every right to use the other one that Jamie hates, but I like her as a friend. So, hi Kay, good to see you. Okay, so let's see, and let's see who we're going to. We're going to start with Quiltessa because and Jamie's like going rude, and I'm like, you're welcome. So, and Debbie Aquarius Al is here, so Quiltessa is first. And what needs spring cleaning from my life? Oh, are we ready? We're gonna hold up. Don't pull the cards so that we can let the person who's getting a reading take a screenshot of it. So
There we go.
all right. So I have for you, I have the 3 of coins. What needs spring cleaning? Or, when I see the 3, it is oftentimes about those plans and those things. It's time to actually pick up those plans off of the table and carry them out into the world. It's so the planning is done. You need to actually start the action. So, Chris, what do you have?
I've got the 6 of Wands. So in terms of how do I achieve more balance, I think this is a confidence issue. I think sometimes it's really easy that we look at our failures, but I think what this is saying is yeah, okay, be realistic about your failures, but actually maybe it's time to sit with a little notebook and start listing your successes, and actually, giving yourself some affirmations and pats on the back for successes so far. And I think what's coming to me most is actually keep the successes and the failures in balance. I mean, as these ones are balanced, 3 against 3, find that sort of in between space where, you've got an equal balance with regards to giving yourself affirmation for what you've succeeded on, but also being realistic about where your weak spots are as well.
What's hatching now? I have the 6 of Swords for you from this wonderful deck, which is the constellation of the compass there, and we have new direction to be heading in, which is perfect for this time of year as we start a new season. Because I can't follow rules, I've also pulled another card for you as well from the wonderful Wendy Andrews, and I have the card of inspiration for you, Quiltessa. I don't know if you see what it's at the bottom. Begin now. So let's not pause, let's not think about it. It's time to actually start. You've had the previous few months of darkness to make plans, so now it's time to head off in that wonderful new journey.
Oh, hang on.
That's great.
I put the card back. There it is.
It's
no,
fine.
It's not.
It's fine.
Apologies. 6 of Wands.
Okay.
I didn't even notice myself doing that.
Yeah. So, thank you.
No, there it is. Better late than never.
Okay. And Quiltessa said, "Holy cow, you guys have hit everything on the head." I'm floored.
Oh, congratulations.
Well, welcome to LongStache, where we never disappoint. All right. Thank you, Quiltessa. All right. Avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. I'm going to.
Oh, we're jumping round.
Yep.
Avert your gaze.
I'm disappointed I'm not the sandwich filling anymore.
Nope. You're the top.
Couldn't possibly comment.
I'm glad. Divine Empathic Tarot. Would love it if there is time. So Divine Empathic Tarot. Thank you for being here. Oh, and Quiltessa said tiny hand round of applause. Aw, Quiltessa watches the show and understands. So, all right. So, whenever you're ready. So let's see.
Ready. Okay, I'm going to pull.
I love this. Go for it, Chris.
Now, I've drawn from the Oracle of the Hecatean Path, and in terms of what needs spring cleaning from my life, this is an interesting one because I've drawn Brimo, the angry one. So this is an anger aspect of the goddess Hecate, representing fury. So maybe it's time to look at anger issues and to look at injustices, yeah, maybe it's time to sort of square up on some of those hurts or grievances. I'm just going to actually pick a Healing Light Tarot. Now there we go. I've drawn the 8 of Swords. So this is kind of talking about a certain amount of constriction and restriction. So maybe this is what's holding you back. So not easy cards, but maybe sort of time to face a few things head on.
That's so interesting because that follows on from what I've got. I've got the weirdest looking card for you.
Oh, go on.
It's the devil, but look at that card for the devil.
Oh.
I just think, how do I achieve more balance? Just do what you need to do and then snap out of it. That's what I would say with this one. So, everything that's creating at the moment and you're not quite sure perhaps which way to go, what do I need to do? Just do what you need to do and then go, do I need to do that anymore or do I need to do something else? Get it out of your system and then move on.
Because what's hatching this spring is the action of wands, the Knight of Wands.
Wow.
Because when you're spring cleaning, as Chris said, and as as Ritchie pointed out, now it's the time your passion is hatching at a deeper and richer level. You are going to be able to, there's going to be space. So you're going to have that connection and that enthusiasm to get these things done. And it will, and work really hard at carrying it through each of the seasons. So that's great.
Wow.
Divine Empathic Tarot.
There we go.
Love that. So let us know what you think. That's great.
Lovely. Thank you.
And okay, avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze. So, and let's see. And Jackie Jacaranda is up, and then Pia's Eclectic Life, and then Sylvia.
Okay.
So Jackie is here. Jonathan is like, since there is now I know there's a Tier of Oneness mini deck, I'm so tempted to buy a copy. Well, purchase responsibly.
Oh, wow.
So I make a start.
Go for it. Yes.
What needs spring cleaning from your life? We have the Spirit of Cups, which in this deck is the Queen of Cups. So what needs spring cleaning from your life? I think it's time to address emotions or anything that you have that may be like an artistic flair or something that really, really you feel passionate about. It's time to sort of start working it through, because sometimes you can be in a bit of a state of flux that goes on with the emotions or relationships or connections that are being made here. The Queen of Cups is generally somebody who's very good at maintaining that one there. So what needs spring cleaning? I just think, again, think about your pathways with other people, pathways with yourself, pathways with your own emotions, and just give yourself some time just to think, how can I better this, or how can I balance this, or perhaps what has finally finished and I don't need to worry about anymore. So I don't know whether it's actually talking about relationships or whether it's about emotions or any hobbies that's going on at the moment, Jackie, there. So perhaps my wonderful colleagues here could help with that one.
Well, and I have, how do you achieve more balance? The Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Coins, which says, remember the things that you have worked for are coming to fruition, and it's absolutely acceptable for you to appreciate the fruits of your labor. So this is the stuff that you've worked for. Enjoy that, and do not let anyone take that away from you. So there you go.
Wonderful. Now, what's coming in? These are actually really encouraging. What's hatching? I drew Liana, the lioness, from the Oracle of the Hecatean Path. So this is the sort of fiery lion aspect of the goddess. But I also drew the King of Wands from the Helium Light Tarot. And again, we've got lions on that card, both fire cards. So we've got the sort of fiery, overwhelming confidence of the lioness goddess, the authority of the King of Wands. And this just says to me, do you know what? You're coming into your own.
Yes.
You're coming into your own confidence. You're coming into your own strength, and you're coming into your own authority. And particularly, you know, these are all authority cards. You know, the Nine of Pentacles is is comfortable achievement. The Queen of Cups is is a sign of emotional maturity and empathy. You're coming into your own. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And did I say Pia or Sylvia first? Well, we're saying we're doing Pia and then Sylvia and then Debbie. Aquarius Owl. And Jackie said, "Oh, nice. Thank you very much, Chris."
Oh, pleasure.
All of our readings. And by the way, avert your gaze, avert your gaze. So we're back to the center. So Pia's Eclectic Life is up. Let us know that you are here. And by the way, Divine Empathic Tarot appreciated us. But she called us gentlemen. So I'm like going,
really?
Yeah, I'm not sure she's watching the right channel, but
I was just going to say, I mean, I really appreciate that from the heart, but I'm kind of wondering whether you got it wrong.
Well, I should say, if you know,
am I still in number 3, love, or should I have juggled round?
So you want to be in the middle.
Oh, now you've messed everything up. Now I have to put the cards back.
So that was my fault. Bad, you know.
It's the first time we've ever done this.
I know. It's like going, and Patty Lynn is here, and Davaria is here. So
Pia
is here. So I'm ready for you, Pia. I'm going to start and just say, Pia, you got the Wheel of Fortune. What means spring cleaning is you need to get the stuff out of your life that is not centering you. All of the peripheral crap, you need to be right here in the center of this wheel so that when life comes at you and gives you new opportunities, you don't completely go wonky. So get rid of all of this peripheral stuff that is not supporting you with where you want to be.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, it's a great card. So that's what
I love this. For how do you achieve more balance at the moment? I was going to draw 2, and then I draw this, and I thought, no, that speaks for itself. This is the Heros Pyre card, the card of sacred fire. So, and this is all about unity. So I'd say in terms of achieving balance, find your tribe, you know, forge, nurture the bonds that mean the most to you, you know, unity, friendship, care, compassion. I mean, this is kind of, I'd love my equinox to look like that, you know, with my tribe, celebrating all that's good, celebrating the spring fire, the fact that everything's coming to life. So yeah, nurture the bonds around you. That's what's going to give you more balance and stability, the bonds that matter.
Nice.
I have a lovely card again for the equinox, because it's the 2 of Pentacles, which normally a lot of people just balance. But this card is the chameleon, the stars constellation of that. And it's about adaptability, which I like that as a theme for the 2 of Pentacles there. And like a chameleon that can change color to adapt to his surroundings and to adapt to everything that's going on there. That's what feels like it's coming. You're maturing and being able to cope with things that are coming on. Sometimes, and I did pull as well the 5 of Cups. So sometimes there may be things coming along that you might not be thinking, oh, that doesn't seem very great. But you have the wonderful ability to adapt, to balance, to redress, to regrow, to blend in all those wonderful attributes. So it's a real positive card to have on this one there. It's more than just balance. It's owning your space.
I love that.
Beautiful.
So here are the cards that we have for you, Pia. So nice. Yeah. Thank you, Pia.
I've just noticed in chat, Liz Inor has just said that she'd rather spend time with the 3 of us than a whole bunch of other people.
Aw. And Joanne Mayhew is liking the way that we're doing this. So that's great.
Liz Inor is also asking, is she on the list for a reading?
Okay. Who I have on the list? Joanne Mayhew, Liz in Awe, Joyful Journey, Jonathan Daly, Plucky Heroine, Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, Aspasia Rising, Sandy Johnson, Donna Riedler, Sylvia, Debbie Aquarius Owl. And if we have time, I have Patty Lynn and Davaria Cook. So I said, is Sylvia here?
Yes.
So, Sylvia, is she here? Here, avert your gaze. Avert your gaze.
Ooh.
I've actually moved you.
I feel all seasick.
No, that's all right. You'll be fine. So, well, Sylvia, let me do this thing that I can do. So, Sylvia, please pick up the white courtesy phone. Sylvia is here in chat and is up for a reading. Yay. And questions are closed, so we'll get through as many as we can. So, all right. So,
fabulous. So, am I talking about what needs spring cleaning?
Yes, you're in position 1.
Right. I am selecting as we talk.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now isn't that interesting? Look what's come up again. 2 of Pentacles.
Oh.
So I'm going to pick a Hecate card as well because okay. So 2 of Pentacles, change, juggle, balance, rebalance. It's interesting because I've also drawn it alongside an aspect of Hecate called Pandatera, and she is the all-giving and the card of growth. So I think, Sylvia, at the moment, what this is saying is that actually just give everything a really good shake-up. It kind of feels like the soil's ready to be tilled, you know, just to sort of get some air into it and to allow the seeds of new stuff to grow. I think this can sometimes be kind of a little bit chaotic, a little bit disruptive, but yeah, just at the moment, there's that juggle and dance of life. Just go with it. Allow yourself to be shaken up because there's sort of, you know, there's a lot that's going to sprout up out of that tilled soil.
Okay, how do I achieve more balance? I've got the 5 of Swords, another weird one, I'm afraid. The white flight arrow does have some very strange images, but it's lovely.
I like that guy.
Believe everything you quite see, because I don't know if you've noticed with this card, we have 2 arrows over here, one pointing one way, one pointing the other. This rather strange character has got a mask on their face with a big smile and a crown on it, but they look quite strange. So how do you achieve more balance? Question what's in front of you and then question it again. Don't be deceived by people perhaps putting on an act. Don't be deceived by people that think it's too good to be true. Go with your intuition, because your intuition is the thing that's going to tell you what's correct. So don't believe everything on the face of what it appears to be.
No. Following up with what those 2 have said, what is hatching this spring? The 10 of Swords. You are actually having let everything go that's not serving you. You've tilled the soil, you've weeded it, and when you see right here, there is the ship that is coming to rescue you. So you're in that wreckage. What's hatching is you're finding a way to actually get yourself rescued so that you can leave all of those things behind. So
powerful.
There you go. Very, very powerful. So thank you. That's great. And all right, Sylvia. Debbie Aquarius Owl is next. And by the way, Davaria has said, you 3 have so much positive energy and knowledge.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And so
say hello to Sue, my friend Sue Varma. Hello, Sue.
Did I miss Sue?
Sue, I think Sue just joined us.
Oh.
Okay. Hi, Sue. And by the way, avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze. By the way, please do the thing and subscribe to these people.
Oh, yes.
Apparently, after Tuesday, lost 6 subscribers from being on a live with me.
We still love you, darling.
I know. It'll just be you 2 one day. Just you 2 subscribe to the channel and me. You got to laugh about it, haven't you?
I don't get how you lost 6 subscribers. Kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, this time.
Well, and I love it. Sylvia said, "Thank you, my 3 stashes."
Oh,
There you go. All right. So Debbie, Aquarius Owl.
Actually, I'm kind of valuing the stash at the moment because I had a very misguided beardectomy. I instantly regretted it. So it will be growing back. It'll be back the next time you see me.
There you go.
Oh, right. What needs spring clean? Sorry, Chris, you ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go.
I have, excuse me, I have got a card that I was talking about so much the other day on our oneness, which is the High Priestess. What needs spring cleaning? Of course, the High Priestess is all about the cerebral power of the brain and listening to your thoughts and thinking things through. But look at this wonderful spa retreat. Wouldn't you just want to be there right now? I certainly would. So what needs spring cleaning from your life? I just think take some time out to just do a general spring clean of yourself, a good mental check through. I always do this at each of the Sabbats, is to just have a check-in with myself. And if you can, Debbie, go and treat yourself, whether it's getting your nails done, whether it's having a spa, having a pedicure, something like that one there. Because I think once that starts, the whole thing is a trickle-down thing and everything else will start to cleanse from that one act. So I give you permission to go treat yourself.
And I give you permission to let go of the 3 of Swords. You achieve more balance by letting go of the things that are not serving you, the thoughts you say, the deeds that you do, the habits that you have, and be willing to. This is the card of universal pinch that says, okay, you've done that for a while. Let's try something else. So finding balance is getting out of that place of pain and moving to a place of joy and where you find that balance. So that's what I have for you, Debbie.
Now that's powerful, because what's hatching this spring for Debbie, I drew the Tower. So for clarification, I drew a Hecate card, and I drew the penultimate card in the deck, one of the 3 holy demons of Hecate. So this is the red serpent, the holy demon of the middle realm, and this is the demon of healing. So I have a funny feeling that spring is going to be quite tempestuous for you, but at the same time, the disruption, the seeming chaos is actually going to be quite a liberation and a healing. So certainly don't expect a quiet or peaceful spring. It may be difficult, but at the same time, it's powerfully healing. It's funny, one of the things when Ritchie held that High Priestess card up, I thought, yeah, it's kind of, she calls you to trust when you're stepping into the unknown, but you're certainly stepping away from the 3 of Swords that Gerald drew.
Yeah. Well, and think about it. If you're planting a garden, you actually have to go in and destroy what is there so that what you want can grow.
Yeah, very much.
But I also support you in getting the mani and the petty and doing the things to spoil yourself.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
That is Tarot Stash approved.
Stamped and delivered.
You wafting of fans.
Yes. All right. Sandy Johnson is next, and then
wonderful.
And then Donna Riedler, and then Beth Aspasia Rising.
Are you going to juggle us round and make us all feel seasick again, darling?
Avert your gaze.
Avert your gaze.
Avert your gaze. And yes, I am saying avert your gaze and not your gaze. Debbie said, thank you so much for the perfect reading for what has started as quite a terrible beginning to the year. All right. Sandy, just let us know that you're here. So Sandy is here.
Is here.
Thanks, Sandy.
Yeah.
All right. So what can I look forward to? So what needs spring cleaning, Sandy? Ooh. Oh, sorry. Good. I'm supposed to tease you. Oh, look, overachiever there, Ritchie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They
No,
two
you're
popped
not.
out. You can't ignore them.
It's all good. Sandy, what needs spring? Oh, I'm the underachiever. So, Sandy, what needs spring cleaning is it's time for you to let go of that isolation. It's time for you to be willing to leave the cave of your house and to actually get out there and get into nature and let your light shine, because other people need to see it. And it's always an important thing to make sure that you are allowing, because when you have fresh air, the light can shine brighter. Every flame needs a good supply of fresh air. So, Sandy, that's what I have for you.
Interesting.
Nice.
Now, I've ended up picking 2 and then looking and thinking, this doesn't make sense to me. So I've picked a 3rd. So I'm completely overachieving in all the wrong ways. But okay, so what I first picked was card 45 from the Hecate deck. This is Perseus, who was the father of Hecate. Now, he's a kind of god of destruction. I then picked the King of Cups, who is kind of like fire and water in uneasy tension. I'm thinking, this is not making sense to me. But I then clarified with the star, and then it did start to make sense to me, because I think there's a bit of balance work needs to be happening here. You know, there is raw passion that you see with Perseus. You've got the King of Cups, who is the fiery aspect of water, but a king in authority kind of has to keep those fiery impulses under control, you know, to make informed choices and to sit in authority. And I think, yeah, find that middle ground with the kind of soothing space of the star. Again, maybe it's time to sort of do a little bit of anger management, or, you know, sort of assess some of our sort of hurts or grievances, because left unchecked, this guy kind of leaves a trail of destruction behind him. Our king is kind of aware of his raw power, but keeps it in check. And actually, where we want to be is in this place of peace. So, not the most straightforward and not the most direct of draws, but, you know, make of it what you will.
And Sandy said, "Oh wow, totally makes sense."
Oh, good.
Okay, what's happening this spring? Well, I've got a Queen of Pentacles for you, and I've also got a King of Pentacles for you. So, as we enter into the spring equinox, things are going to slowly start to calm down. That's how I feel. The energies of the Pentacles here, particularly, it's very much, let's focus on the growth. Both of these cards have little titles underneath them, which I don't tend to read with, but it's quite interesting. One says nurturing, and the other one says abundance. It's time now. These seeds are being planted. They're going to take a long time to grow. You're going to have the patience, but now is the time to put those plans into the ground, to start to grow them, because you've got the power there of both the King and the Queen of Pentacles, who will look after it. If you look at this one here, we almost have like a Hecatean kind of goddess there with the staff there. You're being watched over. This is all being watched over. This is all part of a plan, but just appreciate it. It's going to be damn slow.
That King and Queen of Pentacles are just so much more stable and self-assured and calm. Certainly calmer than what's going on here, you know?
And so thank you, Sandy. Appreciate it. I will also say, if you remember 4 years ago, like this week or this weekend, is when we all went into isolation here in the States.
Yes.
So, and Sandy said, yes, I have been planting so many seeds recently. That's beautiful.
Metaphorically and physically, I would hope.
Yes. Donna Riedler is up, and then Beth Aspasia Rising, and then Jamie. We're going to try to get through as many as we can. Oh, here, avert your gaze. Ooh, wait a minute. There we go. You're welcome, Sandy.
Best of luck, Sandy. Everything.
So whenever you're ready, Chris.
Okay. Let's see what we've got. Oh, look what's come back.
Uh-oh.
I think we're just going to stick with this on our own. I've drawn the healing demon of Hecate again. So, yeah. With these kind of snake demons of Hecate, they're kind of almost like, if the goddess feels too distant, these are kind of more approachable. So, yeah. Actually, I am going to pick another one to go with that, because that's there we go. Healing and guidance, So I think seek some wise guidance, over what you need to spring clean. But actually, whatever you are chucking out of your life at this stage, it is for healing and transformation, but I think the cards aren't going to answer that question. I think it's a case of the people that who you respect for having wisdom and experience. They're the ones that can help you with what you've got to chuck out this spring. But healing and transformation are your main objectives.
Nice.
Okay. Well, you couldn't make this up, folks. I pulled an oracle card for you for how do I achieve more balance, and I got balance, light and dark. So there we go. We know we were on the right path here with that one there. Light and dark is really important to remember with this card that I pulled, which is the Eight of Swords.
Oh, wow.
This one there. How do you achieve more balance? This card here is rather interesting because the swords aren't necessarily imprisoning the person like they would be on a traditional RWS. I don't know if you can see at the bottom, they've always got like a freezing fire that's slowly defrosting. How how do you achieve more balance? It's time to defrost from the winter. It's time to come out of that what's the word I'm looking for? Hibernation. It's time to now, don't necessarily have to move, you have to start doing stuff, but it's now time to defrost and think, let's get prepared and let's start to push away the boundaries that are around. So the boundaries or the areas or the coziness that you perhaps have put up around you during the winter months. It's now time to roll the stone back from the cave and step outside. I think you're hibernating.
It's interesting, Rich, that you've got fire on there, because this demon is associated with the fire of Hecate's torch.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Similar colours as well.
Yeah.
And I have I have the Two of Swords. So what is hatching? Choices. You're going to be having more choices, Donna. So thank you, Donna. Appreciate it. And Ritchie is coughing up the lung. So
I'm back.
You're back. Okay. Thank you, Donna. Hope that made some sense to you. And okay. Next up, we have Beth Aspasia Rising, Jamie Plucky Heroine, Jonathan Daly, Joyful Journey, Liz and Awe, and Joanne Mayhew. Do not know how much longer I have these gentlemen, but we will try to be as efficient as possible. So, and you've already averted your gaze.
Yes. My seasickness is subsiding, love. I'm getting used to being juggled around.
That's good. That's good. And by the way, Beth sent an email to a metaphysical store in Omaha where she lives to suggest they carry the Hecatean path.
Oh, thank you, Beth.
Path. And Donna said, thank you so much, Chris, Ritchie, and Gerald. Yes, it makes sense based on what I know is coming.
Good. Thank you.
All right.
Ooh.
Here, let's all do the things that we never want to hear a reader say. Ooh.
You'll see what I mean in a minute.
Okay. Go for it. Ooh.
Okay. Let me check. It's the Four of Cups for you here, Beth. Again, this is a card that we talked about the other day. It reminds me of that moment in Oz when Dorothy steps out of the black and white world and goes into this wonderful world of color. But it's almost like this is back the other way, that you're shielding the light from your life and just seeing everything in perhaps black and white when you're missing some of the beautiful colors. So I would say what needs spring cleaning is to perhaps just review your world, your situation, but look at the colors, look at what is coming through from them. Go back and have another look. Go back and reassess. And as the light returns, the light gets brighter or has different kind of rainbow colors in it. So use the returning light of the season to review, look back at anything that you feel that didn't feel right, because there's probably more to it. There's more depth, there's more color when you go back and have a look a second time.
Yeah. And how do you achieve more balance? Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles is about balance. It is about recognizing. So how do you achieve that balance? Recognize what balance you do have. And that also puts out into the universe, I can handle things and in balance. I'm good at maintaining balance.
Yeah.
So you're able to manage what you have. So that I love the Four of Pentacles for that. I mean, it's not a hoarding card. It's you've got enough. You have enough.
Yeah. So. Do you want to see why I went ooh?
Yes.
Go. Ooh.
Ooh.
What's hatching in the spring? Whether this is a new romantic connection or just a deep family or friendship connection is what's hatching in spring, and I think this says the reason I went ooh when I looked at this is that whenever this turns up, it always just says to me, don't be scared to go deeper, whether it's in an existing relationship or whether it's in a new one. This to me is all about learning to trust and learning to be vulnerable. It's I didn't pick another one because I kind of thought it just spoke for itself.
Beautiful. So there we go.
There we are.
4, 4, and then 6, the Lovers.
2 4s and a 6, yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it is an 8 here, so love that. Jamie, Plucky is next, and then Jonathan, Joyful Journey, Liz and Awe, and Joanne Mayhew. So let us know that you're here, and avert your gaze. And Beth did say 2 4s stability.
Yeah.
And Jamie is here. No specific question.
Okay, let's do that. Ooh.
I'm going to start, Jamie. What needs spring cleaning? 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. It is the card of nostalgia. It's also the card of remembering the past and what has brought you to where it is. And this may seem a little harsh to people, but you need to let the past live in the past so that you can have space for what is new and what is coming in. So, Chris, what do you have?
That is seriously eerie. Because I have card 53 from the Hecatean, the Oracle of the Hecatean Path. It's called The Restless Dead. And it's the ghosts of the unresolved past. So how do I achieve more balance? Things need to be shaken up. I think this is from Gerald's 6 of Cups and from this. this spring is very much about facing those unresolved issues and not being afraid to break out of the shell, break out of the prison, or actually, if you've built this up as a structure of protection, don't be afraid to let it fall down. Be a little bit exposed, be a little bit vulnerable. But yeah, very, very, that's no coincidence.
Well, I'm going to just add the cherry onto the top of this one for you, because I've pulled the Two of Swords, and I don't know if you can see, it's a mountain, and it says it's overcast. It feels that what's clearing are now the clouds. After all that you've gone on there, it's now time for you to see things as they actually are, because you also have the Eight of Pentacles, Centaurus, which is the card of mastering and owning it and being aware of everything that you can now do to move forward on that one there. I'm going to use the word moxie. I said it.
I do love that noise. Could you do that again, Gerald? It's just a really satisfying noise. Yeah.
Especially after what Ritchie just said. It's like,
yeah.
Yes, Queen. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. Oh, here.
Yeah, there we go. Unresolved dead. And I'm on the right way up. Yeah, there we go. The tower.
Yep. There you go. Richie's got them. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you, Jamie. Okay. Plucky is up. Plucky is still here. Yes, I believe. Plucky, Jonathan, Joyful Journey, Liz and all, and I did see Joanne is still here.
Yeah.
And Liz and all is still here, so thank you. Plucky, somebody left, and I don't know if it was Plucky. No, it was Pia. Plucky, okay. Oh, here, avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. Have to do that. So Plucky is up. And Plucky is here. So thank you, Plucky.
Ooh.
We have a jumper, everyone.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay.
Here, and Fancy is here just watching. Hi, Fancy.
Hi, Fancy.
Go for it, Chris.
Now, I'm not sure what these two mean because I did pull one of these as well. My Hecate card, I drew card number 8. This is Hecate as the Lady of the Wild Beasts. So this is raw nature. Okay. But I also drew the 7 of Wands. So I think this basically, I'm not 100% certain what's going on here, but there's some bravery needed. You know, I think maybe if you feel as if the world's stacked against you, sometimes I kind of use the natural world as a metaphor for how we can get overwhelmed. Nature is not benign. You know, nature can be fearsome, it can be wild, it can be overpowering, it can be destructive. You know, she is certainly a force to be reckoned with when you see the goddess in that aspect. Maybe you actually need a little bit more confidence in your own bravery to hold your own, because this guy certainly does. You know, he's holding his own 6 against 1. So, you know, in terms of what needs spring cleaning, maybe your lack of confidence in the face of actually, you know, some seriously quite daunting stuff. But yeah, you can do it. Spring clean out that sort of lack of confidence and that timidness about yourself, because actually when you're faced with her, you need a little bit of wildness of your own.
Okay, how do I achieve more balance? I'm simply going to say go back to square one, because I've got the full card for you, and I've also got for you the Five of Pentacles, and both of these cards, if you can see, Five of Pentacles, normally it's about not having anything and feeling down on your luck and everything. Here it feels like you don't need all this stuff. It almost feels like that's what's getting in the way. So how do you need to achieve some balance? Clear out what you think you no longer need, have a spring clean that way, and then think about what you do need to start off afresh, because going back to square one is often a really good way to redress and start all over again.
And what's coming for the spring is the Two of Wands. What is hatching for the spring? Clarity and the ability to zero in upon what you desire. Your ability to focus is going to be really, really intact this spring.
Yeah.
So I love that, Plucky. So
there we go.
There you go. Thank you. Woohoo! All right. Jonathan Daly is up. Joyful Journey. Liz and Awe, and then Joanne. Joyful, I haven't seen you for a while. You're up next. And avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. So.
Ooh. I'm liking this.
All right.
Okay, this is interesting. What needs spring cleaning? I've got for you the Spirit of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. Look at this lovely little Easter bunny. I mean, that's the sign there of Ostara right there, and those spring flowers there. Mm-hmm. So what needs spring cleaning? Originally, before that, I had the Hierophant, and I was just enjoying this image because, again, we spoke quite a lot about this card on Tuesday in our casual that we did there. So what needs spring cleaning from your life at the moment? You know, we often talk about learning, we talk about tradition, we talk about that one there. Do you know what? I think it's actually just put the books down, just put the learning to one side, and actually think about going out into nature. Now, I know, Jonathan, that you're in a place where you don't have a lot of seasonal change with, being in Hawaii with lots of plants and stuff there. Like, I don't know, but I'm assuming you're pretty near the equator, so therefore you might not have huge amounts of plant changing. But I think it's just time here to just embrace what has been learned, and go out and start experiencing it. It was interesting. I said to Gerald before I came on, I've been doing a lot of work with the Druidry course, and I just said, I'm a bit fed up now. I've done all the reading. Now I just want to get outside and find the leaves and do that bit of it all. And that's how I feel this card is all about. It's time to put the books down and now go and put stuff into practice from it.
How do you achieve more balance? The Eight of Cups. You walk away from the things that have not been successful so that you can let those things go, and then you can use your time, your attention, and your energy and your emotions guide you on the things that you are going to be able to use to succeed. So spring clean that to-do list and make a decision what you're not going to do anymore. So there you go.
These are lovely. What's hatching? Part 1. Ace of Swords. Clarity, cutting through, finally clearing out obstacles. I also drew Medea, the Priestess of Hecate, brewing magic. So this kind of feels really positive. This feels really positive for you, in that you're actually sort of cutting through the crap as we get into the spring. but at the same time as well, also kind of coming into your own. And, you know, for me, she kind of, you know, she's the ultimate manifester. You know, that's what her magic is about. You know, she has control, she has influence, she can manifest, she can transform. Wonderful, exciting cards for the spring.
Love it. Love it. Oh, we're putting all of them up there. There you go, Jonathan. Thank you. Thank you. And all right. We have Joyful Journey, Liz in Awe, and Joanne Mayhew. And Book Bewitched said, I'm flat in love with the Hecate cards. And when read by a beautifully accented man, Hecate herself must be swooning as well.
This is kind of a mildly common Scouse accent, Lovers Liverpool goes.
And Plucky Heroine said, thank you, gents. I'm changing my username to the Lady of the Wild Beast.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Go for it.
There you go. All right. Jen is up. So, oops. Helps if I pick the correct deck. So, Joyful. So, what needs spring cleaning from your life? King of Cups.
Oh, wow.
Being stuck in the way of feeling that you've always felt. It is time to be willing to allow some new emotions to come through. So that's what I have for you, Jen.
That's beautiful. And that does fit with this. I've only drawn one because I felt it was self-explanatory. How do I achieve more balance? Kleidoukos. This is the aspect of the goddess that unlocks the door. So maybe it's time to actually just take that plunge and do a little bit of unlocking of your own. You know, this is a card of transitions. You know, the key goes in the door. You move from one place to another as the door opens. So, yeah, there's balance in moving forward. I think that's what this is saying.
Hey, and I've got more balance for you.
Oh, wow.
This card in here. Look at it says at the bottom. It does say balance.
Libra
obviously,
balance.
Libra and the constellation there. So it just feels this is ongoing. What the gents have been talking about there, and there's a real sense here as you go into this season. Not only are you going to be balanced in yourself, you're going to be aware of the surroundings around you that can tip that balance, and you will be much more awakened to what triggers you or what sets you off. So it's one thing to address balance, but it's another thing to realize sometimes you have to step out of a situation, or perhaps with justice, you sometimes need to pitch into a situation to sort it out. And I think, again, you're being given the absolute carte blanche to do that. As long as you have right on your side, you can take that step forward and push that justice forward.
And Jen says, I am Libra Sun.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go. So thank you, Jen. Always seeking balance. All right. Liz in Awe, and then Joanne Mayhew. And then at the top of the hour, I am doing yes/no readings with Hershey and Thomas. So avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. So Liz in Awe. So may I have a direction for improving intuitive healing for others? So. Whenever you're ready, Chris.
I'm liking these. Okay, I've drawn. This is one of my favorite cards from the Hecate deck. This is the Vocha's Magic Eye card. So this is one of the sort of great Hecatean invocations that they're speaking. And this is all about raising power. Now, I drew it alongside the Ten of Wands. So in terms of spring cleaning, maybe look at the things that are weighing you down, and actually raise the power. You know, this is all about invocational power. This is all about drawing on divinity, drawing divinity down, but also letting divinity flow through you, through your voice. These are a magic invocation. So very often just affirmations, words, invocations. You know, if you're finding it difficult to kind of feel empowered, speak the truth of empowerment. Feel the words coming through your mouth, feel the words resonating through your chest, you know, and actually, I think this is about internal self-confidence. So it's about sort of sweeping out all of these perceptions of who you are and what you can achieve, because this says something very different.
This is really strange. You basically took the words out of my mouth.
Really? What have you got?
Yeah. I pulled the 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles has already popped up in somebody's reading here.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Liz's question about improving intuitive healing for others. And as you were saying that, I was just getting this vibe about don't be afraid to tell what you think. Now, when we're doing readings of people on cards or whatever it is like this, you sometimes go, well, I'm getting this message, but is that the right message? Am I on the right lines, or do they want to hear this? Don't be afraid of, you know, dressing things up or not dressing things up so that it offends people or it upsets people. You know what it is for intuition. You need to speak your truth, and it might be that it's a darker side or a sadder side, or you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is all happy ever after. Whatever the tale is, you need to tell it. And then I pulled an oracle card and I got intuition, inner wisdom.
Wow.
Boom. There we go.
Wow.
And so I'll bring this home to what is hatching in the spring. It's the action of wands, Liz, in awe. So basically, take what Chris and Ritchie have said and start to put it in action. Do it. This is a card of a lot of energy. Maybe you're going to learn some new form of energy healing and intuitive healing. What's really what's really incredible is that you need to start doing something with it. Practice. So that's what you should do in the spring. So there you go. Thank you, Liz. And I appreciate everybody being here. And Joanne Mayhew is our last reading. Please, everybody, make sure that you are liking and subscribing to all of our channels. And I am doing readings at the top of the hour. Yes, no readings with Hershey the Shadow Reader and Thomas from Tarot Your Way. So, Patty, if you can join us over there, we can do yes or no questions for you in an hour or at the top of the hour. And bye, Ren. So, all right, Joanne.
Okay. That's interesting.
He's thinking. Okay. Go for it.
Needs spring cleaning? I've got the 9 of Wands for you, and I've also got the Strength card here. So what needs spring cleaning? You need to get rid of any fears that you have that hold you back. The 9 of Wands is often a card where we're seeing protection or been through it. You have the strength. It's now time for you to let the scars, let the bruises from whatever's been going on heal, because the strength that you built up during that time of learning, perhaps it was discord, perhaps it was painful, the scars will go, but the strength that you have learnt about yourself, the management of yourself, the physical strength and the mental agility and strength of that one will always be with you. So now it's time to take a breath, let go of the past, but hang on to those really crucial, strong, strengthening powers that you have wonderfully come through with.
Because how do you achieve balance? Justice.
Oh, wow.
I love that. And I like how this star is right at the crown chakra. So enlighten yourself so that you can make those choices that are involved in everyday life. Everything is a choice. What are you going to do with it? So here's an 11. So how do you achieve more balance? You start acting toward getting that balance and finding that balance. This is very much a card of action. So, all right, bring us home, Chris.
I was going to draw one from each deck, and then I ended up pulling from the Hecate deck and getting the jumper as well. This is fascinating because our old friend, the Demon of the Middle Realm, has appeared again, the Holy Demon of Healing. But the interesting thing is the jumper was the next demon up. This is the Holy Demon that is closest to Hecate. This is the Holy Demon of the Upper Realm, the Demon of Divinity. So, yeah, there's just this theme of strength, balance, and perseverance here. But it says to me that the healing that Ritchie's cards were talking about, going through that balance element that that Gerald was talking about with the Justice card, but it kind of feels as if it's just taking you into a higher and freer place. A more liberated place, one where you will see more clearly, be able to commune with the divine more clearly. It feels as if you're being liberated, which is wonderful.
I love that. I love that. All right. So there you go, Joanne. Thank you for being here. That's great. Woohoo. And Philippa, why can I not say that name?
You were right first time.
Okay. Said, what a wonderful team you three make. So clear and to the point.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And I agree. I think we do.
Bye, Jonathan.
So by Jonathan, by book or Fox with a Book. And well, it has been delightful to share space with the two of you.
It's been lovely.
Yes. And everybody, please remember that in 2 weeks at this same time, we're doing a deck casual for the Oracle of the Hecatean Path, and we'll be joined by Ken Payne as well.
My amazing collaborative partner on this. Ken is just the loveliest guy, and he has just a really profound connection to Hecate. This deck started out by Ken making his own devotional deck by collaging photographs, and it was part of his daily ritual, and that's what we eventually expanded into this. So come and join us, because he has a fascinating story to tell. He really does.
And they'll join us in 2 weeks. Everybody will join us in 2 weeks, and you'll find out more. So, all right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I do appreciate you.
Thank you for having us.
And, maybe we can do Beltane together, because that one's hot, and we could use suggestive decks, perhaps. Anyhow.
Really?
Stay tuned. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Take care. Bye.